Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. In today's video we're going to be taking a look at the Takara Tomy Transformers Premium Finish War for Cybertron Trilogy Voyager Class Megatron, and straight up this has got to be the biggest pile of that I've bought this entire year. In all honesty, I don't think I've been this let down by a figure since that Toy World Orion Transformers The Last Night Optimus, as this figure is just so awful. Not only is it like the 10th repaint that we've seen of Siege Megatron, but it is by far the worst, being even more inaccurate than the first Wave 1 Siege Megatron that we saw way back in 2019. Honestly, for a Takara Tomy release, they ought to be embarrassed. But before we take a look at the figure, we'll very quickly briefly look at the packaging. You can see that the product shots actually show this guy looking really nice with an awesome metallic silver deco, but you can completely scrap that as we have none of that on this figure at all. You can see we've got him in robot as well as tank mode. Here at the side we've got a really cool image there of Megatron, a still of which I believe is in fact actually recreated from the actual Siege show itself. As we spin here to the back once more, we've got some other product shots showcasing Megatron to have an amazing metallic silver shine, and here at this side we've got Megatron facing off against the vastly superior Premium Finish Optimus Prime. So all that being said, let's get this package out of the way. In all honesty, the only redeeming aspect of this figure, and take a look at the actual load of crud itself. And so here we have Megatron, and no disrespect at all to any of you out there who do in fact actually like this, but I think this figure is just awful. The paint apps have got to be some of the worst that I've ever seen, not only from an actual mainline Hasbro figure, but from a Takara Tomy release. Honestly, this is an insult to fans and collectors alike, and the actual Netflix Megatron that we saw reissued in the spoiler pack and in the first wave of Netflix repaints honestly destroys this figure hands down. That was in fact actually available at mass retail, so we'll very briefly go over the details. Of course, in terms of the design, you guys all know exactly what to expect in regards to this Megatron. It is the exact same Megatron that we've seen now for the past 3 years. You can see the paint details have never ever looked worse. I absolutely hate this almost graphic printed on detail that we've got going on for this Megatron. Now, with all that being said, the actual scarring looks really nice, but this grimy effect that they've tried to apply to him just looks disgusting. It really does not capture his appearance from the show at all. You can see here at the top, it just looks so damn bad, and unlike the packaging which showcased him to have this amazing metallic silver shine, he is merely just cast grey plastic, and it's the most blandest shade of plastic that I've ever seen. I really wish that I had the original Wave 1 Megatron to actually compare this to. Sadly, I only have the Netflix repaint, but that figure actually looked a lot better than this, as this battle damage is just so poor. You can see that it looks so artificial, really doesn't look premium at all. You can see here we've got all of these silver speckles applied over the top. This only looks decent from a very far away perspective. When you actually bring this in for a closer look, this pixelated effect just is not doing it for me at all. It doesn't even resemble what we actually saw from the animation. You can see the shoulders look dreadful. He comes with the same sword weapon as well as fusion cannon that we saw in the original release, and as we take a look here to this section, I just think the silver on the black really does just show this in such a bad light. This looks so poor, so pixelated, just looks terrible. The only good thing about the paint is that we now have this black detailing around the actual foot section of Megatron, which I believe has been absent on some of the previous releases. And as we spin around here to the back, we do have this nice maroon/brown paint app, which is in fact actually accurate to the show. But other than that, this figure, in my personal opinion, looks absolute garbage. Now, I won't go through the articulation, as I'm pretty certain you guys have already seen a review on this particular mold over 100 times already, so let's just bring out that original Netflix version here for a comparison. To me, it's literally like looking at night and day, and I'm just going to say to you guys, save your money. Do not buy this premium Megatron at all. I do believe that you can in fact actually find the Kingdom spoiler pack for roughly the same amount as what you can in fact actually buy this single premium Megatron for, so I would definitely recommend to pick up this version. This does in fact come with the Matrix, which of course can be harnessed onto the chest. It also comes with a really cool Paleotrex repaint, that in the form of Skeletor, so I would recommend this figure here all night and all day, but I would definitely tell you to stand clear of this guy. The actual plastic that they used for this figure has got this amazing metallic sheen to it. You can see how it's this really awesome, almost gunmetal shade. It just looks fantastic. We've got some nice silver paint. I think the actual battle damage looks terrific. You can see how we have none of that pixelated effect at all. Even here for the actual waist, you can see there the silver does not look nowhere near as bad as it does here on this premium finish version. You can just see there for a comparison, it just looks so much better here with the Netflix spoiler pack. Really let down by the team over at Takara Tomy for this guy, especially considering that I thought their Bumblebee movie Optimus was definitely a step in the right direction after having picked up that really awful Bumblebee movie Volkswagen Bumblebee. This figure certainly has turned me off this line, and unless some of the other figures in this line have an absolute whopper of a paint job, then I probably won't in fact actually pick any more of these up. I won't in fact actually waste any time showcasing the transformation for this guy, as it is the same as the original release, so we'll merely just jump straight into tank mode. And if you thought the robot mode was a train wreck, then just wait until we bring this tank mode in for a closer look. I really hate to whine in these reviews. As you guys know, 9 times out of 10 I'm pretty positive about what I review over on the channel, but it is every once in a while, such as this figure and of course that Toy World Knights of Orion, which thoroughly let me down. And if this was priced at a normal Voyager class price point and wasn't labeled premium finish, I probably wouldn't have had half the issues that I have with it. But considering that this costs almost double the original release, and you can probably find that Kingdom spoiler pack release for the actual same price as this, I just would really warn you guys to stay clear of this altogether. It's just so poorly done. Here for the tank mode, there's literally nothing premium about this at all. It's so bland. It looks terrible. The only good thing about it is the vibrant red paint that we've got going on here for the side of the cannon, but other than that, you can see that terrible pixelated effect they've tried to in fact actually simulate battle damage with. I just think this looks appalling. I really hope this is not the type of battle damage that we can expect to see going forward for the Transformers, as I did think that they had started to become slightly better in terms of their paintwork, but this here is just a major step in the wrong direction. As mentioned beforehand, the brown/maroon highlights are definitely really nice, but other than that, there is literally nothing here that I can in fact sing the praises of. This is so bad. Of course, we've got the rotating turret, which we saw in the original release, as well as the wheels here on the underside, but this is a figure that will likely never see the light of day. I'm more than likely actually going to stick it back in the box up into the loft, and that's where it will stay for the foreseeable future, as I'm just so let down by this. This has got to be one of the worst figures that I've picked up as part of 2021, and in some ways I'm in fact actually glad that I've put this out before the end of 2021, as this will definitely make it on to the worst figures of 2021 list that I have planned. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this review. Once more, I'm super apologetic to those of you who do in fact actually like this. I mean, no disrespect to you guys at all, but just in terms of the actual price point that this figure goes for, and considering it's a Takara Tomy exclusive release, labeled premium finish, I just think this is super lazy, especially when in comparison to what Hasbro is putting out in regards to an actual mainline mass release product, that being the Netflix repaint. I would love to hear your thoughts down in the comment section below. Am I being way too harsh on this figure, or do you guys actually find my thoughts to be justified? Please sound off down below, and of course be sure to let me know what you thought of both the figure as well as the review. Until my next video, I'll see you then. Thanks for watching.